Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
Infinite gratitude to you and your team for giving me the gift of this satsang. I receive it with an open heart. As I expand in my awareness, many things are falling away.
Yes.
Resistance, judgments, reactions, attachments,
Yes.
illusions, all falling away.
Very good.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. As I settle into this beingness, I feel I get into the heart space.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a beautiful place to be. What has been coming to me is oneness.
Yes.
The idea of, I don't want to say the idea, but oneness with all living beings.
Yes. Yes.
And I have had experiences that have been rapid transformations for me. It's kind of analogous to what you mentioned, I think 1 or 2 days ago, when you were a professor and you were to teach, and then you just said, I resign. It was just annoying. And they said, think about it, and there was nothing to think about. I was in India 7 years ago for the first time, and I saw the cows among the people, and I felt this connection. And in a transformational moment, no more eating beef. It was done. It did not resonate with me. There was a deeper truth. And then fast forward up until earlier last year, similar things. I won't get into the details, but no more eating chicken, and then vegan lifestyle. And it's just, it resonates with me so deeply, and I feel quiet, I feel still, and again, it's been a blessing. What kind of begins to happen is I'm a medical doctor in the West, and people turn to me as a trusted advisor, and I see a lot of illness, and I manage a lot of disease. And I'm not here to convert anyone or teach anyone anything. I'm not tied to any outcomes. But I find that people are coming to me and turning to me. It seems like there's this vibration that is there. And I never noticed this before with this particular area, but people are asking me, and what do I do to improve my health and well-being? And when I feel like it's because it's authentic to me, and when I feel that there's a genuine seeking there, I open my heart and I tell them, I share.
Yes.
And their eyes get wide, and they seem to really connect. And it's a service that I feel like I am providing. And I feel this pull by inspiration to merge spirituality and medicine. And I'll get to my question about that in a moment. In my research, or in my discovery, in my observations, and when I was in India 7 years ago, I did a research study where I interviewed a lot of medical professionals, and there was this theme that we have created a lot of our illness in our body. So I guess my questions would be, what is my role, or maybe our role, in this human body suit, in this incarnation, which is relatively small compared to kind of the universality and the eternity of our existence, to take care of our human body temple? So that's one thing that I would like to explore or get more grounded in. Secondly, the pull that I'm feeling, there's this whole being versus doing, and you made it clear, I think, I hope it was clear with me, is it's okay to to do, right? It's we don't have to be a hermit in a hut, and you know what would that say to the rest of us? If we don't like a hut, we're not going to go in a hut. So it's okay to do. So I want to do from a pure place. And if I'm feeling this pull, is that something that's coming from ego, mind, or is that if I feel deeply it is aligned with my soul's purpose or dharma? Then is this something that I do? And then the third thing is, in the spirit of oneness, there cannot be two-ness. And sometimes what I observe, and again, I'm coming to a place where judgments are falling away, but there was a time where I would be more inclined to judge, and why are we doing this? And why are we treating our other living beings the way we are? And how do I... What are your comments on that when we do this?
Okay.
And I know you don't like labels, but I humbly turn to you as my Guruji, and I'm open.
Your first question was, say again, you just do so I...
Yeah, so the first one, okay, that was... See, this just comes through me. It's not... I can't. Can someone help me? Sorry. Oh yeah. Sorry. Caring for our human bodysuit. Thank you. Gratitude.
Okay.
Our role in is the human body temple. Do we take care of it, or because...
Again, you know, we can say like this. I know it's a beautiful attitude to regard the body as a temple of the self and so on. It is an attitude, but there is no aspect of our life that you can say it's a fixed and this is the reading, that is the... There's nothing in life, actually, that has a consistent and inherent meaning, that this is what this is eternally. And no thought is like that. No concept is like that. We try to systemize and to make standards that seem as though they are eternal and that they are facts. But life shows you in all of its color that what is a fact to you is a fiction for someone else and is even secondary or even irrelevant for someone. And if you don't listen and flow and be open to make use of every concept if you have, but keep space in it, don't lock it up so that you don't become tied to a style of thinking, imagining it to be universal. So when we say treat your body as a temple and so on, some people can take that to extremes and they're almost worshipping their body and stuff like that. Or being almost obsessed with body's health and so on. Or you see also some people that don't care at all about it. Then if you have a fixed concept about it, fixed idea that it's a temple, it's a beautiful one, it's fine. But don't be too rigid about that, because even some Gyanis, they don't care about the body at all. You say, but you should care about your body, Swamiji, please. No. One man went to one Swami, he's smoking. This BD. He says, one man said to him, Swamiji, you seem to be attached to smoking. The Swami says, yes, and you seem to be attached to non-smoking. Okay? So, that said, that we don't need to tie, because some things can seem very appealing, it may seem correct. And perhaps it is to get rid of our own too much laying, certain tightness in outlook. And that can creep in if you don't keep your attention on the inmost reality. When that is there, also your perspective, your way of perceiving, the quality of your experiencing is changing also from there also. Because on each level that we look, it appears to be entirely real. But life shows you we are outgrowing our concepts also. And at one time, what you would have gone to fight life and death over Now for you, you don't have any time for that. So much is changing. What is good is that you follow your own dharma, you use the word, what is natural for you. Again, something calls you that your life expresses in a certain way. You see? Follow that. Because, as I said earlier, it's not that, okay, I see and you hear people say, but there's nothing I have to do. Nevertheless, activities continue. And more joyful, more joyous also, those activities. They're not an obsession. It's a recognition that somehow this has to be somehow. It has to be gone through. And it's not that you are tolerating your existence. There's joy there. Wherever you have found that peace, that stillness, that silence in yourself, then somehow automatically it blesses every other aspect or facet of your expression is touched by that, blessed by that. So follow that. So take care of the body as much as you can. But don't go too far. The essential pointing is to stay as the self. Focus the attention on the self. Not to the exclusion of the body, but don't make any rules about it. Because you are going to find some beings who somehow their lives confront your concepts in such a way that you cannot question, how does this work? We don't know. And that magicality is in the world, in the universe. Whatever your concepts, there will be something more finer, more different, something to assault your own pet concepts or something about it. But live by also your own conscience, your own feeling. Be true to that. It is as much as you can do. But if you see someone expressing another way, as you say, don't judge them, let it be. Because somehow all of it is the expression of consciousness. All of it is the expression of consciousness. And consciousness in its dynamic expression expresses a lot of conflict, a lot of contradictions also. Maybe to frustrate us from trying to make any portion of it still, so that you go beyond that fluid consciousness and find the unchanging core of it. From there, your actions are purified automatically. You can move in this world without judging any being. Yeah. You remember the second one?
Yes, I do, actually. The second one is, actually, I think you answered two of them. So then the last one would be how we treat other living beings, and some of it I think is without having an awareness because of corporate influence, and we don't call cow when we have it on a menu. We call it beef or steak, and the packaging is different, and there's a picture of a farmer with a smile on, so people just assume these are coming from wholesome sources. And then if you explore that, observe what truly happens sometimes, it's a little bit different. And when people do open to that, it seems like there's an expansion.
The thing is that there are whole nations of people who are non-vegetarian. You see, and if you are going to say, well, the very fact that you're all non-vegetarian means that you're all wrong and you're all going to hell anyway because of this or whatever, people sometimes speak like this. So in one swoop, if it is just wrong, then boom, there goes South America, boom, there goes this. We're wiping out continents with our judgments about them. What my feeling is that it has to be accepted that the eating of meat it takes place, and people have a right to do that. What we can all agree, I hope, not all, because also you have to leave space for disagreement. Life is never without it. But that the cruelty, unnecessary cruelty, and lack of respect need not accompany our non-vegetarian habits or culture. This is something that can be looked at, that is something that can be changed, and a campaign can be set for both vegetarians and non-vegetarians to wipe that out.
Have you just given me a task?
You seem quite enthusiastic. It is important that we don't just somehow prioritize some campaign, which in effect is a phenomenal one. It may have its own sense of righteousness in it, or rightness about it. I say the central thing is to harmonize your mind, to come to understand what this entire field, that what is our life? Chiefly, it is the play and the content of the waking state, basically, isn't it? All our lives, what we care about, our relationships, our bank account, our empires, our armies, our nations, our religions, our beliefs, our gods, our heavens, our hells. They're all the product of the waking state consciousness, which alternates. If your name is John, you cannot be John for 24 hours a day. You can be John for maybe 16 hours a day. In the waking state, you are John. In deep sleep, you are not John. You have no name, isn't it? In dream, you're not John. Maybe you become Jane. I don't know. Something else. You have a different life, whatever it is, like this. So these states are alternating, okay? So even this beautiful state of presence, from where we can view the dynamic manifestation, and in relation to the moving manifestation, the sense I am, or the sense of presence, is constant compared with the phenomena being perceived. But from the Jnani's perspective, from the sage's perspective, the sense of presence also is alternating, because in deep sleep it is not there, not like that. You see? So there must be something prior or earlier than all of these rotations of states, which we call pure awareness. Can we merely only talk about that and comprehend that in some abstract way, or is it a living truth? Then I am pointing you to that. Not to sort of strive to reach that artificially or forcefully, but there comes a time, first I say, be established in the unmixed presence, which means that somehow everything is being observed from that position of the weakness for now. And gradually, as you are seeing and confirming, but yes, sensations come and go, relationships come and go. The sense of who I am is also changing, and that is also witnessed. And if somehow the attention remains in that form where I say the weakness is just marinating in the witnessing, meaning that it is self-conscious, not in a psychological way, but it is centered in its own consciousness, then the pull of phenomena is weakened by that. And it is important that it is weakened, because if it remains strong, your experience will be one of almost continuous destruction, because you cannot control your projections like that. Gradually, as the attention is trained to recognize its own stillness, its inherent stillness, the force or the pull of the outer functioning or the outer movement is lessened, and attention is resting, as you may say, in the heart, in the heart's energy. This is beautiful, an experience to be beautiful and expansive, joyful, and very, very pleasing state, because one feels, rest. You come to rest in your own self, like that. Still, one is able to function in life, to have your business, to have your family, and so on, but you're not anymore obsessed, nor can you be overwhelmed by the forces of depression or alienation or boredom or dependency. All these habits, all these tendencies will be washing away, thinning away, in the recognition that I am the focal point inside my own self, from where perceiving of the diverse expressions of manifestation is perceived. Without me, none of it exists for me. If you say, but it exists for others, but without me, I know neither others nor manifestation. So something here is that space where everything reports to that somehow. Then this understanding is becoming more settled, more simple, more natural for you. And you know, I could not go back to that that state of conflict now. This is the goal of spirituality, or religion actually, you can say, the pure, is to come to that place of unmixed presence, whereby functioning of perception, experience, everything is there. But I am not a victim. The idea of being overwhelmed even becomes concept for you. All these things now, you have transcended the bite of concepts. You may use them, but they cannot dominate you. You have come to that place. The perfume arising out of that understanding is a life of peace, of silence, joy, of sense of unicity, like that. Life is most pleasant, but even if there are moments of unpleasantness, it's superficial for you. It will not depress you. At some point, you may naturally start to feel, but even the sense of presence is somehow perceived. And you begin to ask, is it true like that? Because I'm having the sense that even this beautiful sense, the godly presence, the sense I am, just I am, not I am this or I am that, but the feeling of being. But even this also is being perceived. Then I said, yes, it is true, like this. But if it is being perceived, it must be there is something outside even of that realm. Beautiful as it is, there must be a deeper space of perceiving that. Then somehow nature, life, stimulates a deeper inquiry, and one finds, this I cannot speak about, but I cannot not be. When one reaches such a space like that, then all the functioning of the world, of the consciousness, one sees that all this world is the play of consciousness. You do see it now. Not you imagine, not you speculate, not that you have opinions and ideas about it. It is your direct and true experience now. That it's a dream, but you don't speak it out. It's a dream, is it? No. You understand what a dream means. It's not dismissing all. No, it is impermanent. It is always changeful. And it is naturally changeful. And I have no invested interest in the functioning of that. Now, if you're with identity, you will not be able to embrace what I'm saying, because you think, well, that just seems very irresponsible. That just seems very irresponsible. We are here for a purpose. We must find our purpose, and we must try and save the world and all of this kind of stuff. A Jnani may say, to hell with the world, I don't know, but still is full of love and kindness. He may say this thing just for your mind, to crush your mind. To hell with it, I don't care. And actually, in a sense, it's true. But it's not a curse. He just say, you trouble yourself with so much things, like trying to save a world which you are messing up your own self. With your own mind, you mess the world up. But for me, I am beyond that completely. Then we think, oh my God, no. We don't want to go there. Don't want to go there. Do you know what there is? Nobody can convey the excellence of that being. Just pure. Just pure. Beyond the realm of right and wrong and good and evil and this and that and you and me and this religion, that religion. The Jnani has no religion. He has no belief. He doesn't need anything like that. He's free. Free beyond even the concept of freedom. Don't imagine such a being in some sort of, Hollywood movie. It can look just like you, in whom that understanding has opened. And it is already here. But while we are still in the garment of personality and the belief that I am this person, and we venerate personhood, we cling to identity, then this profound understanding and life you will not know. As we begin to, I don't say to anyone, dismiss life. First, you cannot really do it. You cannot do it. You cannot dismiss what you value or hate. Your very love or hate of it binds you to it. I can only point you to that in which the play of duality has space to express itself and is watched casually from the source of your being, and still this remains untouched. A great Jnani said, I am that principle that witnessed the dissolution of the entire universe, and yet I remain untouched. Can you find a space in yourself where those words can resonate? They are themselves a mirror into our inmost self. Whether the urge arises in us to probe that deeply into our psyche or into our being, that is another thing. In some of you, that urge is burning like a meteorite falling towards the earth that burns itself out before it lands. I said this question, finding who or what is I that arises here. This question, pursued with a mind of devotion and intention to discover the truth. I used to call it my piranha question, because in asking it, the very questioner gets eaten up by the question itself. What remains? Books are written in the name of what remains. When you, the psychological impression of consciousness, the portrait of consciousness, as time and form, when that is no more, yes, only this great beauty is here. We're here to discover that. This is the purpose, the aim of this satsang, is not to reach, because there's no distance even. If there's a distance, it's the distance created by thought. There's no distance. Or it's the distance only of subtlety, of perceiving and understanding. And this is also taking place automatically. You may not know how you come about to come to such a profound understanding and clarity. I do not put satsang as the outcome only of any technique. Your open-heartedness, the urge and desire for freedom, is already your ticket. Each one will come to the river in their own way. You come this way, this is most direct, I find this. you bring in front all the things that you feel, oh, this is important, and I discard them, and you're upset. You say, oh, this thing, I said, yeah, leave that aside. Yes, but it's so important. Yes, that's why you are suffering so much. Leave it aside for a moment. Now, what is left? Oh, you want it? Okay, take it back. With your understanding what is taking place for you, your own work is going to benefit enormously. If the discipline of your profession don't overwhelm you, if they don't stifle you, your expression. Because I met also one time a priest, and he said, I came into this because of love. But the hierarchy is stifling my expression. I have got to do like this and like this. And I'm from Brazil. I want to do like this. I want to do like this. Well, I said, no, you have to do like this. But I am not like this. I am like this. And they said, what I can do? I said, well, Samba. If you want to be happy, what is important for you? So, were it not for people like you who consciousness actually manifest in these roles also, to bring a little light into that. But it's not that the Supreme, in my view, is trying to fix the world, actually. Because it is in a way quite perfect as it is for the purpose it has to serve. Sometimes we are looking at the world only from a phenomenal perspective and thinking, well, things are pretty bad. But underneath the surface, other realities are happening to help us to deepen in our understanding and to reach that fulfillment inwardly. If the world was all beautiful, everybody has beautiful things to eat, everybody has a nice house and stuff like that, you would not be free. There would be no Buddhas at all. It would not be there. The mind aspires for that world, actually. A world which you will also come to see, actually, it's also a dream. It's a divine dream. And righteousness has a beautiful part to play in it. But don't take it so seriously. But I don't know if you can hear that, you see. It might sound disrespectful to say, don't take it so seriously. At a certain point, you can't take it so seriously, but still you'll be doing it and doing your job seriously. But still serious, but not serious. Doctoring, but not doctoring. Advising, but not advising. Something understands that. The common man is not understanding that. It's a very linear mind. Either this is right or this is wrong. But as you are blooming inside, and it doesn't matter if you're a late bloomer, if you are blooming inside, something is becoming so flexible, so open, and yet at the same time so profoundly present. No wonder people think, well, I would like a doctor like you that somehow can also treat my body, open my mind to deeper things. Isn't it? They say you must become the change you wish to see in the world. You have to become that. You want the world to look like this, then you become it. Then your life will be an example, rather than just a voice saying, yes, let's go over there. No, you will be the over there. Like that. But for you, I say, one who has come here to Satsang and who has the capacity in the heart to keep going deeper and deeper into your own fulfillment for knowledge and for liberation. And then even to go beyond liberation. There's also beyond liberation. Can I speak like that? Beyond liberation. Pure awareness does not need liberation. It gives meaning to the term liberation. It is the mind that gets liberated, not the self. The self imparts that liberation to the mind, you can say. Then somehow you become like empty of intention. And when you are empty of intention and personal identity, psychological identity, when you sneeze, it's the universe that sneezes. When you laugh, it's the universe that laughs. When you love, it's the universe that loves. When you're angry, it's the universe that's angry. A funny thing to say, but you will understand what I say.
Thank you, Mooji.
Thanks, Stu.
May I come?
Come. Om Namah Shivaya. Very great. You are very great.